hour for this space. And then, okay, so my current role in ISAC is I'm the ESD of LEV IR manager. Yeah, so ESD is a kind of like a member work under MCVP. Yeah, so I'm taking care of local virtual volunteers. Yeah, for those who just joined, could you please mute yourself? Or Tara, you can help me to mute them. Yeah, okay. Then second, I'm currently studying dietetic. I'm already final year student and I'm studying it in UPM. So that's my but I also from home LC, which is UPM. And then lastly, I have 3 years experience in ISAC. So I joined it since my first year. So that's why I have 3 years experience. Currently, I've just started my final year. So that's how it's 3 years. And then before we start today's session, here are a few expectations setting. So some of you might, my fancy buddy also share already in the chat box. So a little bit of expectation so that make sure we have a good experience in today's space. First is open camera if let's say your Wi-Fi is stable so that we can interact with each other. Yeah, okay, I can saw Xiao En's face. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see others' face as well. And then second is stay focused. Yeah, I hope that after lunch, you can stay focused in today's space because I believe that you all definitely want to learn something from today this space. So that's why you choose to join today's space. Yeah, and then third is be authentic. Throughout this today's sharing, right, there will be a few space for you to share with each other in the delegates in the plenary. So I hope that you don't feel I hope that you feel comfortable because in this space, it's going to be a safe place. You can express yourself, and there won't be any judgment in today's space. Yeah, and then lastly is stay hungry, stay curious about what's you're going to learn in today's space. Okay, so that's about expectation. And then, okay, so before we start, right, I want to let's have some activity for me to understand you and also understand everyone better. So you can use the annotation function in this Zoom, okay? Okay, do you think youth is making a change to the world? So if let's say you think, no, so you are shaking your head. So that's one. And if you say you are confident, yes, I think youth are making a change to the world right now, then you can choose 10. Yeah, so in the scale of 1 to 10, do you think youth is making a change to the world? Hey, wow, we have 10 here. 6. Okay, we have 6. Okay, from 6 until 10. Okay, that's one. Wow, this is what. Okay. Yeah, okay, I can see. So that's a range from almost 2 to 10, right? Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. So you think that a majority of you think that youth is making a change to the world. Okay. Let's go to second part. Okay, do you believe youth can make a change to the world? Yeah, from the scales of 1 to 10. Okay, we have people very confident. 10, yeah, you believe that you can make a change to the world. Okay, we have 7 here. Okay, the lowest is 7. Okay, 7 to 10. We have 5 of us as well. 5.9. Wow, this is so specific. Okay, yeah, the lowest is 5.9 until 10. All right. Okay, all right, thanks for letting me know. Then let's move on to the next part. Okay, are you confident to make a change to the world? Yeah, from the scales 1 to 10. This is for yourself. It's not for general youth. Just now it's general youth, but right now it's about yourself. Are you confident to make a change to the world? Okay, we have one here is around, I guess it's 8 to 7. Then we have 5 here. And this one is around 3 to 4. And yeah, okay, 4. That's 4 here. Okay, I guess this one lower the blue color, it should be 3. Okay, there's one cross here. Okay, you put 1. All right. Okay, understand. Oh, there's 2 cross here. Okay, 2 of us think that we are not confident to make a change to the world. Okay, yeah, so majority of you have high score. You're confident to make a change to the world. Okay, so no matter it's you're confident or not confident, it's okay. I just want to know you all. And then now let's move on to the next part. Okay, so this is last question. Just now we talk a lot, right? Are you confident you can make a change or not? So right now I want to understand who comes to your mind when thinking a youth who actively contribute to the community. Okay, let me know in the chat box. Anyone coming to your mind? Malala, I see. Yeah, I was inspired by her as well. Hey, Gita, I see. Shishadi, okay, yeah, I also look at him quite a lot about youth issues. How about others? Let's have more response. Yeah, Shishadi is quite active nowadays. Yeah, true. Yeah, Shishadi, we have Gita, we have Malala. How about others who come to you? And Ma, yeah. Hey, and Ma Watson, our Harry Potter. Okay, all right. Let's wait for. Shit is the only one I can remember. I say, okay, well, interesting. Yeah, okay. Ideal environment allocated in Twitter. I see. Okay, thanks for letting me know, Arina. I didn't know about this person. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm sure everyone, you have someone who come to your mind when talking about a youth that actively contribute to the community. And I'm glad that you share it out in this space as well for each other to know. Yeah, so for me, right, when you, a few questions, I'm glad that you're all able to understand. You can rate from 1 to 10, or even have a youth icon in your mind when thinking about who the youth that actively contribute to the community. So back then when I was in secondary school, when people ask me this kind of question, right, I will just tell them I don't know. Yeah, why I don't know? Because this is me when I was back then in secondary school. Yeah, so you can see in this picture, this is the typical, I was studying in a Chinese secondary school. Yeah, it's called SMJK. It's not a Chinese high school, but it's a half governmental school, the Chinese school. So that's why that time I just have one goal. Yeah, which is my goal is to get full A+ so that you can study what you want with a scholarship. Yeah. So when people ask me about youth contribution, yeah, that thing I never thought about it. Yeah, it wasn't the things that in my mind because I only have goal when I was in secondary school. That's how the people around me told me, my teachers, everyone, they want us to get a good result so that we can study what we want in the school. So I spent a lot of time when I was in secondary school to do join the tuition class and then practice my essay writing or even do some exercise like NMAT, a lot of things, and even memorize the history because just to prepare for SPM. So that's how I spent my secondary school. Okay, then after that, so I spent a lot of effort on SPM, so I get a good result. And then I continue my study, foundation study in UPM. So that's how I started my primary foundation there. And then, okay, I already achieved my previous goal, right? Because I want to get a good result to achieve a scholarship. Although I didn't really earn a scholarship, but then that's how I am able to study in a foundation in a public university, which have a lower cost, and also able to study what I want. So that was time I don't have goal anymore. So that's how when I enter this space, right, I talked to that time I want to study didactics. So it was something that I want since I finished my SPM. So when I entered the foundation, I talked to a few seniors who already study didactic in UPM. So what they told me is that didactic course in UPM is very competitive. Yeah, they told me that I have to. Yeah, expert, Yan Yi. Yeah, are you expert as well? Yeah, from UPM, so I guess you're expert also. That's why you know. Okay, yeah, so I'm also expert. So that's how expert stand for, if let's say you're curious, right? What is expert? Expert is Asasi Sign Pertanian. Yes, so that's why it's called expert. Although it's called Pertanian, but we study environment, but at the same time we also study other science subject like biology. Yeah. So that's how I was at there, and I talked to my senior who studied didactic, and they told me that study didactic in UK is very competitive because usually one batch, right, they will have 30 to 40 intakes. Yeah, out of around 150 people who are shortlisted for interview. So that was the time I feel like, wow, that's so competitive. So I have another goal. I want to get 4 flag in my foundation so that didactic in UPM has no reason to reject my application. So that was another goal that I have after I finished my SPM when I was in foundation. So I never think about how you can contribute again. I just focus on study because that's why I want to study what I want when I was in degree. So I spent a lot of time, besides having fun with my friends, hang out together, I also spend a lot of time to study, to do exercise, then consult my lecturer if I have things that I don't understand. So that was me. And then so after I finished my foundation study, I have 4 weeks, 4 months before I entered degree. So that was the time I was thinking, okay, I have spending a lot of time study. So now I don't have goal anymore. I already, I don't know what I want to do right now. I already achieved for that. And then I already went for didactic interview. So right now I don't know what I want to do. So I was thinking, okay, I want to do something that scared me a little bit more because I have been spending a lot of time to study, and then all the challenges that I face just about studying, how to solve mathematics problem, how to write essay, etc. But I want something besides study. So when I was in foundation, I joined European activities. We joined one of the Chinese activity. So that was the time I was being approached by one of the icebreaker in a festival. That time we still have physical activity. So I was being approached, and she introduced me about Global Volunteer. So back then, before pandemic, I said we have one product called Global Volunteer. So I was introduced about it. Then when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is very interesting because I have been wanting to do volunteering, but I didn't really consider about it because people around me always told me, okay, you need to focus on result, get a good result, so then you can study what you want. So I never consider about, I never really take action to do volunteering, which is something I want to try. And also when I saw it's overseas, right? I want to travel around as well. Just like I saw a lot of you want to travel around. So that was also one thing that I also want. So I was like, okay, why not I join this Global Volunteer? So that's how my friend and I, this photo, we all was in the airport, getting ready to went inside the aeroplane. So that's how both of us decided to band together for Global Volunteer. Yeah, so that's me here. Can you all guess which country did I went for Global Volunteer? Yeah, you can look at this picture.
Cambodia?
Yeah, exactly. Can I know who is sharing just now? Can't see your name. Hui Ting. Okay, yeah, exactly like what Hui Ting said, and also Daniel. Yeah, this is Cambodia. You're so smart, you can guess it. Yeah, I went to Cambodia to do volunteering. So if you ask me why I chose Cambodia, because there's not a specific reason, because there's a few countries I could choose that time. I was being introduced that there was Taiwan, Vietnam, China, but Taiwan, Vietnam, they speak Chinese, so I don't want to go for a country that I already know their language. And then Vietnam, I have visited that country before when I was young, so I don't want to go to a country that I'm familiar because I want something that scared me a little bit more. So I just chose Cambodia. And some more, it's during when I was in history class. That's how I get to know Angkor Wat. So I'm curious to know more about Angkor Wat. So I decided to went for volunteering in Cambodia. So that was the what I did throughout my 6 weeks of volunteering. I taught the kids English. So if you remember what's shared by our chair, Megan, in the space is that the education system in Cambodia is not similar like Malaysia. Yeah, so a lot of them, the children that didn't have the opportunity to go for kindergarten education. Yeah, so that's how as you see in this picture, right? Some of the kids are actually quite young, for example, 6 years old. And then some of the kids, they have 11 years old already, but then their English level is similar. Means they're still studying basic English. And at the same time, I was volunteering in an international school. But don't be shocked, because when you heard about international school in Malaysia, that must be a very expensive. It's for people who are prestigious and then for people who have high income. Yeah, but then in Cambodia, their international school is everywhere. Yeah, and then their international school is just like a tuition center in Malaysia. So that's how when I was there, I was shocked with this. And then when I get to know the kids, they're not from rich family. They're just ordinary kids. And then, they couldn't able to learn as much as they can in their public school. They join public school in the morning. And then that's how some of them come to the international school or tuition center in Cambodia. So that's to learn more about English. So I was being assigned to this school. Then I taught the kids English. So they have different age, but then their English level is all are similar, which is basic. So what I taught that time, it's all about vocabulary, like A for apple, that kind of language. Yeah, we are not talking about sentence yet. So I just start from vocabulary. So you can imagine how is that English level if compared to Malaysia. Yeah, so that was the time I taught them a lot about vocabulary, and then I let them to practice to write the English words on their books. And then sometimes they will make a mistake, and then I need a eraser to help them to erase it and let them practice again. So I always ask them, hey, can I have eraser? And they will just stare at me. What are you talking about? Yeah, so I was very confused. And then what I did is I learned their local language, Khmer. Okay, so eraser in Khmer is Chaluk. So I learned the language Chaluk. So after I just told them, oh, I want Chaluk. And they understand, they will take the eraser for me. So that was how it's happened. So along the way, right, 6 weeks, definitely I repeat the childhood words many times. And then at the end, almost the last week of my 6-week volunteering. So that time I start to change the words that I use. I say eraser instead of childhood, and the kids able to understand what I'm saying. So through this one word, this is the biggest most significant impact that I saw, because I always repeat many times of these words in my class almost every day. Yeah, so that's how I will feel very excited. I could make a change to the word, because I could make a change to the children. So that's how one word they're able to learn. Before I came, they just know about childhood, but right now they know childhood is eraser, and they learn one English words. So along the way, besides taught them English, I also have some class activity with them. So you can see the first picture, we have the drawing class together. So when I taught them about lion, so I give them a picture of lion, then they will color it in the classroom. And then at the same time, we also have dancing session together. So for example, one of my favorite song of my children, they like Baby Shark. Yeah, it was very famous that they really like Baby Shark. So that's how we always play Baby Shark, and then they could learn the English from the song as well. So what I realized from that space, they are a fast learner. Yeah, they really learn very fast. And then they could speak English, draw, and dance well. Yeah, and one thing I realized is that my role is to share my knowledge, because I'm privileged enough to learn about English when I'm back there in Malaysia since kindergarten until we finish even foundation. I also study English. So that's how I'm able to share my English knowledge and also facilitate their learning. Yeah, give them opportunity. For example, facilitate their learning through sing the song together, or even drawing together, because they like drawing. They really like drawing or sing song together. They like to create something new. So if you can see here, they even they draw that they are in Cambodia. That's always lack of electric supply, and sometimes it's just very hot and we couldn't get the electric supply, and that's how they end up drawing the situations, how hot we feel on the whiteboard. So that's how they are very creative, and my role here is just to share my knowledge and facilitate their learning, give them a space to unleash their potential. So yeah, so now I realized that I can contribute to the community with the resources I have, because back then I was taught, if I want to be if I want to contribute to the community, I need to be someone have a very high education. For example, at least I need to finish my degree, or I need to have some working experience. And then I even thought that when I was young, I even thought that I need to be the head of WHO that I can contribute to the community. I need to be the prime minister that I can contribute to the community. But from that experience, I realized that I can contribute to the community with what kind of resource that I have. For example, I'm good in facilitations, and I have the English knowledge, and that's how I can contribute to the community with what kind of resources that I have. Yeah, so after that, the 6 week of volunteering, and then I finished it, and I came back to Malaysia, and then, as I was very appreciated, I managed to get the course that I want, studying dietetics in UPM. So this was what I have. This was what I have with my classmate together. We took the photo together, and then throughout my three years of studying in dietetic, along the way, having internship, having conversation with the patient. So that was what I always have the question in my mind. The first thing, my patient always told me in the class, in the clinic, that I have no time to cook lah. You know how busy I am. Yeah, because we know that the outside food, they have high calorie, high fat, high salt. So we always suggest them to cook at home. And they always told me that I don't have time. So you know how busy I was. I was like, okay, yeah, I was wondering. And then that I have also other patients that told me I really like curry, but then especially curry, we use a lot of santan. Yeah, coconut milk. So that's how sometimes it's not a good choice for patients who have high lipid hyperlipidemia, means that their lipid profile is high. Yeah, so that's why they always told me I like curry, no life. So I don't want to listen to you. I just want curry. I don't care about my health. So that's what they told me. And then there's also other patients that will listen to me. Okay, especially when as you all know, Malaysia, almost half of our population is overweight or obese. So we always met patients who are overweight, and then they are looking for dietetic counseling to help them to reduce the weight. So we always encourage them the Malaysian healthy plating. So we call it as suku separuh lah. Yeah, so we encourage them, then they will say, yes, madam, okay, I will try the suku separuh. But then when we come to the follow-up visit, the next visit, there's always no action taken. Yeah, so I was wondering, is it so hard to practice suku separuh? Because for me, myself, I also never tried it out. Yeah, I just recommend the patients in the clinic, but I never tried it out myself. And then here come to the last question, last thing that I have received. It's about food waste is a serious problem in the hospital. Yeah, so it was what I learned about for my 2 months ago, my internship in food service. Okay, so I get to talk to a few senior dietitians in hospital, and that's what they told me. Beside the unavoidable food waste in the clinic, they also when they send the food to the ward, a lot of patients couldn't even finish the food. Sometimes they didn't even touch the food. So that's how the food was sent there, like how it was a whole plate, and then it was bring back as well into the kitchen. So that's how food waste is a very serious problem in the hospital. So with all these questions in my mind, and that's how I was wondering, okay, what can I do in this role, and what can I make it better? So that's how in last month, I have a September goal. Yeah, so this is my goal. I want to learn about cooking, because that's how patient told me, I don't have time. I don't have time to cook. I'm very busy. So I was wondering, is it when we are busy, we have busy schedule, we couldn't cook? So that's why I want to start to learn about cooking. So that was the time I have a September goal. My goal is to learn 20 dishes. And then also about suku separuh, that's what my patient told me. Yeah, they don't take action towards what I have suggested for suku separuh. So I was wondering, okay, why not I try myself? Then I could understand the patient situation better. So that's how in September I have all my meals in suku separuh method. As you can see this picture, that's how I have it in suku separuh. And also food composting. So I was thinking food waste is a serious problem in hospital. So if let's besides revamping the menu that we have to cater to the needs of patients, how can we do with the food waste to turn it into a resources that we have? So that was that's how I was being introduced about food composting. I was like, this is very interesting. So why not try it out? So that's how I also started food composting at home. I start the food composting in my kitchen every day. So every day at 6:30 p.m. I will start to do composting. I will bring the food waste from my kitchen and then to my garden. Okay, so that was what I do in September. And then along the way, I also share my learning in my Instagram story. And that was what I received. There was one of my friends who said, hey, Lizzie, can I consult you something? What is suku separuh? Yeah. And then she told me that she saw what I post in my Instagram story, and I keep on mentioning of suku separuh. So that's why she want to know more about that. So that's how I share her. And then she told me that, hey, yeah, I'm interested to know more about it, because yeah, quarter half. Yeah, Ray. Yeah, Ray, I believe you also studied that day. So that's how about suku separuh. Yeah, then she wants to lose weight at the time. So she's like, oh, why not I also try out this method? Yeah, so that was one response that I received from what I did in September. And also I have another friend, she PM me in Instagram. She said that she's curious about food composting. She asked me whether will it be very smelly if let's say we have a food composting at home. Yeah, so that's what she told me. And I also, after she shared me the questions, I also do some research, and that's how I share her what I learned about food composting after I read out some article, because at first I was not sure about this one. Yeah, so that's how it works. And then from an action that I did, and when I share in Instagram, I just want to I share in Instagram because I did this with a friend. So that's how we take each other in Instagram to hold each other accountable for 1 month to make sure we really take actions. And then it turned out that I didn't expect. It turned out that I have friends interested in what I'm doing about suku paru or even food composting. So that was the first part about my course, how I take actions. And then, yeah, so here come to a second part about vaccination. So that time when we started to have vaccination in Malaysia around April or February this year. So I was wondering, how does it work in Malaysia? I'm very curious about it. Yeah, so that's how I joined I joined to become the volunteer in the vaccination center in my hometown. And then that was my teammates here. We worked together. And then what I did there, it's mainly about again, I look back on my resources because I want to know vaccination, especially when back then it's March, right? We have a lot of complaint. Yeah, the process is slow lah, and then there's fake vaccination. People not really inject the vaccine into the body, etc. They can't problem. So I want to know about the process, and I want to make it better. But I wasn't the head of the I wasn't a doctor, so I cannot become the head of the vaccination center, which I can control. I can make more change, but I wasn't. I wasn't a doctor. I wasn't a nurse as well. I couldn't give inject the vaccination. So when I have that time, I asked myself. So I know Mandarin. So when I was in the vaccination center, a lot of the elderly, especially Chinese elderly, they couldn't speak they couldn't speak Malay. Yeah, they totally know nothing about Malay. So that's how on my role there, I was the only person who could speak could speak Mandarin in the vaccination center. And at the early phase of the vaccination, right, a lot of them are elderly. So that's how I play my role as a translator. Yeah, I help them to translate the problem they face. For example, there was being some of them, I was in Negeri Sembilan, so some of them are being assigned to Kedah. So they were super shocked, like, oh, how they're very nervous. They came to me. I was like, and then they tried to explain to my friends who are other volunteers, but then my friend couldn't understand. So they feel very frustrated and they couldn't express themselves well in Malay as well. So that's how I was there to help them to understand the situation. And then I communicate to the head of vaccination center to figure out how can we solve this problem. Yeah, so that was one of the case. And then others elderly, some of them they don't know how to use My Sejahtera, to be honest. They will came to the vaccination center, and then they were very nervous. Hey, I already registered for the vaccination, but then when we checked the My Sejahtera apps, it wasn't registered. Yeah, so that's how we help them to register register for the vaccination in the My Sejahtera apps. Yeah, some of the elderly they didn't know how to check appointment as well. So I also spend my time because I'm young. I know how to use apps. I know how to use mobile phone. So I spend my time to teach the elderly on how to use the mobile phone. So that was the part here. And then, yeah, along the way, I also share my volunteering experience in Instagram because that's how I see, I really appreciate that experience that I'm able to bring a value to the community with what I have. So that's how I also share in my Instagram. And these are a few response that I have received. Yeah, so that's my friends in Instagram should PM me like, hey, I want to know how to apply to become the volunteer in vaccination center because he had the same break. Yeah, and also I have another, this is my classmate, so she also approached me. She want to know more about the volunteering in the Pusat Pemberian Vaccine, which is the vaccination center in Malay. Yeah, so that's how they asked me about this kind of question. And that was the time I was being triggered again. I was like, hey, I share the story in Instagram. I wasn't want to promote anything. I just want to share my experience, how I learned, and how I contribute to the community. And that's how that story actually inspired my friends. And they also, when they have a break time, they also consider about this option. Hey, why not I use the time meaningfully instead of spending the time watching drama or just lie on the bed during the same break. So I was very fascinated at how my post in Instagram able to inspire other people to take an action. And then, so if you remember just now, I shared with you all that when I was in secondary school, I don't know. That whenever people ask me, do you think youth can make a change? Are you confident? I don't know because I never think about it. I just know that as a youth, when I was in secondary school, I need to get a good result. And then when it comes to preschool is still the same thing. So I don't know until today. For me, yeah, I believe that we can make a change, make a small change to a community, and then yeah, ripple effect. So this was what I learned the most throughout the whole experience from secondary school until today. Yeah, and I'm still exploring about it. So this is what I learned about ripple effect. It's something that very strong to me. If you remember just now, I took an actions, I share about I share about food composting, and that's how my friends PM me to know more about that. And then come to vaccination center. When I take that action, I share my experience in Instagram, and that's how my friends start to take action. They also want to volunteer in the vaccination center to contribute to the community. So that's for me, it's a ripple effect. Ripple effect means that, you know, if you imagine this one, a drop of water is the action that we have taken. Okay, for example, I volunteer in the vaccination center. So that's one drop. And then as you can see here are all the ripple of the water. So we're having one drop, and that's how the effect is very strong, and it affects everyone around our surroundings. So that's how I received message from my friends who also consider to volunteering in the vaccination center. So that's about ripple effect. And that's what I always say, I always believe in. Okay, in order for youth to contribute to the community, we don't have to start make a big change. Yeah, we don't have to change the help. We don't have to change the policy in the country. We don't have to change the whole community. Okay, so what we can do as a youth is we can start from a simple, consistent action. Yeah, it's something very simple, very easy to take. For example, I learned about cooking, so I just cook one meal a day, and then consistent. Yeah, since I want to develop their skills, so I do it consistently for 1 month, the whole September. Yeah, so that's why a simple, consistent action, and the actions can actually inspire others. Yeah, so just like how I share my vaccination center, and my friends also contacted me to know more about that because they're interested to do that. So they also always ask me, hey, how do you know about this kind of opportunity? So that's how some of our friends that didn't know we can take this kind of action. So that's how our action can inspire others, and we share to others, hey, this is other option that you can consider when you are having your sampling. So that was the action can inspire others. And then, yeah, so that's about my story from someone who I think, hey, I don't know how can you contribute to the community until today. I believe that you're able to contribute to the community. And then I also want to share with you all two lives that I have learned about youth. Yeah, that's the two lives that I have learned about youth. Okay, so the first one, age matters. Yeah, so we always thought that that was also what I thought. Age really matters. Yeah, if let's say I want to be a leader, I need to be someone's. I have to be someone very experienced. I need to be someone who is old. For example, 60. I need 30 years old, 40 years old. Yeah, so that was also what I always thought by my surrounding. Age matters if you want to contribute to the community. Yeah, because I always believe that age equal to experience. But then that's how along the I think one of the experience I have in ISA is that back then I lead a team, and then my team members is older than me. So that time I feel very uncomfortable to lead her, because I think that she's older than me, then she should be the team leader. It's not me who should be the team leader. But along the way, what I realized is that age doesn't matter, but what really matters is how much you know about your job. Yeah, so back then I was in digital marketing, and then digital marketing in OGV, outgoing global volunteer. Back then we still have global volunteer. So I already have kind of like, I joined, I said earlier, that my team members who is older than me. So that's why I understand the job better, and that's how I was being elected as the team leader. So age doesn't really matter, but what's more matter is how much we understand about the job. Yeah. And also second life that I have learned along the experience is also older people should be the leader. Yeah, so this is also similar like what I mentioned just now. Yeah, so older people should be leader. This was also something I thought, yeah, especially in Malaysia, if you see the prime minister, we say that our prime minister is almost 70, 80. So that's how older people should be leader. Yeah. As a youth, we don't have to care so much, because that's how older people will be the leader. That's what I thought. But exactly, that's no. Age doesn't matter again. So it's no matter how old are you, if you are capable, then you can become the leader. So that's how when we are being selected as a leader to lead a team older than us. So that's how you don't have to feel kind of like unconfident, but you just have to think that because of your competencycy that's why you are being elected as a team leader. So when you are leading the team, that was how I did that time. Definitely it's a bit uncomfortable, but what I did is always listen to them because they have more life experience than me. Although I know the work better, they have more life experience than me. So I just spend my time listen to them for their suggestions, seek for their suggestion. Yeah, so that's about 2 lives about youth. And then yeah, here I want to share with you all also one video. I found it's very interesting. This is about, perhaps you would just wonder, how about industry? How does industry think about youth? Okay, so in this video, this is a video that we have recorded with our Isaac Malaysia partner called Masses. Yeah, I'm sure everyone know about Masses, right? Yeah, so we have recorded a video with Masses, and then in this video, she's the chief not CEO, CHRO. Yeah, she's the Chief Human Resource Officer of Masses. Yeah, so let's watch the video together. And from this video, you can know how does industry think about youth.
Hi, my name is Natalia. I am the Chief Human Resource Officer for Maxis. I provide strategic leadership on the people agenda of Maxis. I am also a mother of 2 boys, and I enjoy spending time with my family, cooking with my husband, reading books, especially memoirs and crime investigation. I love solving crimes, and I also enjoy organizing and decluttering. I find it therapeutic. As a people leader in Maxis, I always remind our employees to take charge of their career and own their development to be ready for the future. Well, speaking about being agile and responding to change and being resilient, I have seen this most in young people I have worked and interacted with. As Barack Obama once said, the future belongs to young people with an education and the imagination to create. So speak up, speak loudly. Bringing voices of the youth into discussions is critical because almost half of the population in the world is under 25 years of age, and no one is better at understanding the youths than the youths.
Hey, yeah, so that's the video. How do you feel after you watch the video? Inspiring. We think so inspiring. Yeah, okay. Let's see others. How about others? If you find typing is very tedious, you can just unmute yourself to share with me. Agree with her opinion. Okay, Arina, which opinion you agree with her? Believe the power of youth, take action. She's confident in youth influence on global skills. Yeah. Okay, nice sharing, Kat. You should speak out, speak louder. We can make the change the world. Okay, yeah. Yanni, yeah, I agree. Especially the words about speak up, speak louder, bring the voice of the youth into the discussion. I really like about that words as well. No one understands youth than youth. Yeah, exactly. Youth are the change maker. Exactly. Yeah, I really like her sharing. So if you want to watch the full videos, although the full videos is not really focusing about, it's more about that will be our meaningful career. But then I just like that phase, and I found it's very relevant about how industry think about youth. If let's say you want to watch the whole video, you can go to Isaac in Malaysia, Instagram or LinkedIn, or even Facebook. They also have, yeah, you can reach the full video. So that's why that's the time when I watched this video, I also found it very inspiring, like what Waiting said. And then that's a few words that I really like for example, no one understands youth other than youth. Also, she also shared about the future belong to youth with education and imagination, with imagination. So that's, I also feel very empowered. So that's how industry as a CHRO, that's how she think about youth. And I feel very empowered to take action as a youth, exactly like what you all share. Okay, so now we come to the another part. Okay, so this part is mainly for you to have a little bit reflection after listen to my story and also listen to how industry think about that. You found it very inspiring. You should take action. So now I want you all to take a paper and a pencil with you. Like, can be a pen or pencil, as long as it could be right. You can write it with the pen pencil that you have. Yeah. So if you have the paper and pen already, you can give me a wave in the chat box. Wave. Okay. Let's wait for other. Let's wait for more waves. We have 22 people here, right? Beside Fassy and also my Fassy buddy. Wave, Daniel. Okay. Right. Yeah. Anyone still need more time before you take your pencil? No, I will just move on. Okay, yeah, so since no one respond in the chat box, I will just move on. Yeah, so on the paper and the pencil, I want you to think, what is the community issues that you care about? Yeah, it can be any community issue, for example, education, or even right now, today is the World Mental Health Day, right? So it could be mental health is one of the issues that you care about. Yeah, so I want you to think about what is the community issues that you care about, and you can write it on the paper. And it could be more than one issue. If let's say, for example, as me, I really interested about healthcare. So that's why I study dietetic. So if let's say, at the same time, I also care about education because I think education and healthcare are some things that couldn't be separated. So if you have more than one issue, then definitely that's fine. You can write it down on your paper as well. Yeah, as long as it's a key issue, an issue and that you care about.
Somebody who can love me at my worst. No, I'm not perfect, but I hope you'd see my worth. Cause it's only you, nobody knew I put you first. And for you, girl, I swear I do the worst.
If you are done writing down, you can let me know in the chat box as well by giving a wave. Let me see. Okay, yeah, we have more wave here. Right. Pei also wave, waiting wave. Okay. Amanda wave. Okay, all right. So if you, let's say you need more time, right, you can let me know in the chat box as well. So I will just stop that. Okay. Right. Nice. Okay, now we move on to the next part. Since no one mentioned need more time, then we move on. Okay, so right now I want to think about what are the 3 actions that you want to take contributing to the issue. So based on the issue that you have put down just now, I want to think about 3 actions. So if let's say you have more than two issues, then you can put down 6 actions as well, 3 actions for each issue. Yeah.
Broken all the pieces I've been shaping lately, focusing the things that didn't make no sense. Guess that growing up was never meant to be easy. Yeah, I got used to doing everything sideways. Didn't really care about how everyone felt, hiding my emotions down in different ashtrays. Oh, but what is lost ain't gone. No, you can't just let go, cause it's a part of you that will make you strong. Embrace your flaws. I'm not gonna fight back what I've become. Yeah, I got bruises where I came from, but I wouldn't change if I could restart. I ain't gotta hide these beautiful scars. I've been going way too hard on myself. Guess that is the reason that I'm feeling like hell, but I wouldn't change if I could restart. I ain't gotta hide these beautiful scars. I went down a road that only got me nowhere. I've seen every corner, every inch of this place. Being all alone, it really got me thinking, maybe overthinking, that
when you think about the action, you can think about action that's simple and it could be done consistent. Yeah, don't have to think something very big yet, but you can think something uh, it's simple to be done right now, and also things that you could do it that consistently. Yeah.
Yeah, I got bruises where I came from, but I wouldn't change if I could restart. I gotta hide these beautiful scars. I've been going way
If
too
you are done, you
hard on
can give me a wave as
myself.
well in the
Guess
chat
that is
box.
the reason that I'm feeling like hell, but I wouldn't change
If you
if
can't
I
done,
could
all right,
restart.
nice.
I gotta
But if
hide
let's say you're
these
not done, it's
beautiful
okay. You can still take
scars.
some time, right? You need to take some time to think about the action that you want to take.
I these beautiful scars. Oh, oh. I'm not gonna fight back what I've become. Yeah, I got bruises where I came from, but I wouldn't change if I could restart. I gotta hide these beautiful scars. I've been going way too hard on
Okay, we have
myself.
wave
Guess
here.
that is the reason
Wave
that
where
I'm
are it
feeling
now?
like hell.
Yeah, anyone
But
need
I
more
wouldn't
time
change if
to
I
think
could
about the action that you want to
restart.
take?
I gotta hide these beautiful scars.
Okay, right. Everyone,
Hide
cool.
these
Then now
beautiful
let's move on.
scars.
Sorry. Yeah, so this is the third question that I want you to think. Who do you want to
Hide
talk
these
to get
beautiful
insight about the issue?
scars.
Yeah, again, it's mentioned that perhaps you care about the issue, especially for me, like I care about healthcare issue. I care about diabetic, but then I don't have much exposure about that. So for example, during my internship, I talked to the senior lecturer. So that's how I understand food waste is a very serious problem in hospital. So example, who do you want to talk to gain insight about that issue? Yeah, you don't want to be someone very big, for example, Shashadik, yeah, or Malala. You can talk to anyone you think they're able to give you some insight for you to understand that issue better, or even support you to take that action. Yeah, can think about who. It could be more than one person. Yeah. Okay, waiting wave. Yeah, if you are done, you can give me a wave here. Okay. Yeah, we have wave here. Quay wave, Angeline wave, Pika wave. Yeah. Let's just have another 30 seconds. Okay. Ray wave, right? Anyone need more time? Can let me know in the chat box as well. Okay, nice. I saw everyone in wave already. Yanni. Okay, nice. Now, thanks for your wave. And then right now, Yeah, as usual, we'll go into sharing. So I know that you all like to share, especially during mornings and or even evenings. Apparently, a lot of people raise out their hand. So today I also want to have a space. So you listen to my story and you listen to how the CHRO in Massive they think about you. So I also want to listen to your story, and I believe everyone likes story as well. So here I have T. Do you have a story? Yeah. So this is the story space. So if you are ready to share, you can unmute yourself. Okay. So if let's say you can also raise your hand. Yeah, that will just call a few people to for you to share lah. So you never know who might get inspired by a story. So I hope you can utilize this space. Perhaps you can find friends who share the same interest as you in the issue that you care about. Yeah. So the space is yours.
I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no one to save me.
Okay, I saw people raise hand. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just thought I could only see my own face on this. I was waiting for people to raise hand. Okay. Yeah, okay, I saw. Let's have Kat first. Yeah, Kat, you can share.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Kat. Hi Listen. Hi everyone.
Okay.
Uh,
Hi.
so what I want to share is actually about community issue. It's actually something that's real and it happened to my friend's neighbor. So one of the issue that is in Malaysia is obviously falling prey to abuse, and the abuse as in household abuse. So I've heard from her because she was very stressed at that time, so she consulted me. Every night she kind of heard like through her walls about her neighbors like just screaming, like a guy shouting, and a female's like shouting as well. And then she heard like some bangings, like so she was very scared. She also consulted to her parents, but parents like no, don't kacau them because they just bring troubles to us. But she has like that really sense of justice. She has that conscience. She doesn't want she wants to report to the police, but no one's supporting her in her family. Everyone is saying she's just crazy, she's thinking too much. She also has like some medications for her mental health. So that's why her family doesn't really treat her as nicely as they should, because they are so strict. And at the end, she didn't report to the police, but eventually the sounds and the bangings also subsided because her sister actually asked the neighbors, like the wife, like, is she okay? Then the wife was like, wide-eyed and like surprised. Then she just quickly went into the house without talking about anything. And after that, they kept avoiding each other, like my friend's family. Yeah, so I think maybe when her sister asked, like that was probably around timeline where the banging stopped lah. So hopefully it won't continue in the future. Yeah, so that's the issue on the table. Thank you.
I see. Okay, thanks for sharing, Kat. Yeah, that was very true. Household abuse is a serious problem, especially during pandemic where people are always stressed and sad. Thanks for sharing that as well and highlight that issue. Okay, then let's have Ray.
Hello everyone, I'm Ray from Isaac Utah. Yeah, so for first question, right, what is the community issue that I care about? I would say I will link back to SDG goals. So I hope that I can target on SDG 3 as well as 4, which is good health and well-being and quality education as what mentioned by Lisina. Yeah, so what action that I can take in order to target the issue? I would say for good health, right, maybe I can raise awareness on healthy eating as well as healthy lifestyle, like what Lisa had mentioned now, like the balanced diet, the Malaysian healthy plate, the quarter half. Yes, yeah. So maybe this can help in order to not to say soft, but then have the sense of healthy eating and healthy lifestyle. Yeah, yeah, and also like for qualification, right? Because actually I didn't join LVV before I became Isaac lah. So if can lah, if possible, maybe I can try to join as a LVV in Speak Up project. Yeah, to help to target this issue of quality education. Yeah, I feel like education is very important to the people, like what Alicia had mentioned. Like we are so privileged enough to have education, but other people is not privileged enough to have. So maybe we are the privileged one can actually help the unprivileged people to give them education. Yeah. So for the last question, right? Who do I want to talk to? Who do you want to talk to and gain insight about the issue? For me, right, I feel like because I'm studying dialectics, same as Lisa, lah, so maybe I can like talk to my lecturer on the issue of good health and well-being, because I'm not sure about you guys heard about nutrition and health promotion program. Actually, I'm planning to have my own nutrition and health promotion program to actually target on this issue lah. Yeah, maybe I can talk to my lecturer about this issue. Yeah, and so friends and my family members to actually maybe have their support, yeah, to solve the problems. I think that's all for me. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Ray. Interesting. Yeah. Was glad that you also have a thoughts like what you want to do, and you have a very detailed plan. That's something good. I hope that after that you can start to take the actions and inspire people around you. Okay. Thanks, Ray. And now let's have Hui Ting.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Hui Ting from UPM. So actually there are a lot of community issues that are very serious nowadays. But one thing that I would like to share is sexual and harassment issue among the society. No matter you are a boy or girl, no matter you are a child or teenage or any age. Yeah, so I think this issue is a very serious issue because for those victims, it's really need them very brave step to stand out, and when they stand out, normally the community won't believe them or say that it's their own fault, or just not believing them and supporting them. I think the community needs to give more support and also help to those victims and also help to tackle this issue. Because what I suddenly think of is the very famous, not famous, it's like popular crime cases at Korea. If you guys still remember, the little girl it's not rape, but she got injured badly due to that incident. So I think what I can do now is to get more knowledge on this issue, pay more attention to this news, and then maybe when discussing with friends, can share my thoughts and maybe discuss with each other, to change ideas and thoughts with each other. So this is all my sharing. Thank you.
Okay, nice. Thanks, Hui Ting. Yeah, I like what you mentioned just now. Share with your friends. Those a lot of time people are just not have awareness. So if you share around with people, so people are more brave, especially when they're just being sexually harassed. So that's one question that I really like about that you have shared. Okay, so now let's have Ashley, sorry.
Yeah, okay. So I'll go after this. So I think what I'm gonna talk about, I think it kind of linked with what Ray mentioned before, like how privileged we are with our, what we have, like the utilities, especially for online classes. I think that sometimes we focus too much about, problems about problems that are outside our country, like maybe like what you said, like Vietnam, Cambodia. But I think it's good that we also help others to help with their issues, because it's very severe there, and maybe it's for us here it's less severe. But I think it's also important for us to not forget about our own country, like especially because wait I think I'm getting a bit sappy.
It's okay, take your time. Yeah,
okay. So because Wait, ah. Is it okay if I type out?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You have internet connection. Okay, so let's have the last one, Pika. Can share with us.
All right, thank you for the. I will share about the social issue that I've pay attention at it. So social issue that I see have to pay attention is discrimination and mental health that have a connection at the hustle culture. You know, like this day, hustle culture is one a hectic problem. I mean, in the society, and then is it like a lifestyle where a person feels that he must continue to work hard and only take a little time to rest so he can consider himself successful. And then some people call this lifestyle as workaholic. And then step that I can do to solve this problem, maybe first like respect every single things, and then possess some interpersonal understanding and emotional approach. And then the last piece, avoid the negative words. And for the third question is, who do I want to talk about the issue? And then um, first step, I will talk to a person around me, start from a single thing like my best friends and friend, and it will be spread in the shadow of goodness. Then I will talk to my lecturer maybe to do some webinar that maybe I can do some self-love webinar, which is a loving, I mean, I want to make some self-love webinar that combining with some campaign. So because mental health, it's really problematic this day. And then loving yourself is an important thing in our life, but there are many people who forget about it. And in the fact, there are still many people who care more about other than rather than themselves, you know. And then I want to make some volunteer campaign, like maybe campaign that the title is "What Does Happiness Actually Mean?" And maybe they can do some things in a 7 days, and then yeah, I think everyone deserves a lot that's deeper than the ocean, and a love that's brighter than the sun, a love that's higher than the mountains, and a love that only you can find inside yourself. That is for me.
Okay, nice. Oh my God, so inspiring, Fika. Yeah, I really like, mental issue is exactly a very serious problem right now. And I really like how you want to start and you want to take action to have a webinar, that kind of campaign to raise the awareness, because that's what we always thought. As help means that it's show that we are weak, but it doesn't mean, but I don't think that's a stigma that we should uphold, but it's us help when we really need that. And also start with self-care. So thanks for the inspiring sharing. Yeah, I hope that from this space you get to know you get to know yourself better, like what issue you want to contribute. At the same time, if let's say there's someone who share the same value as you, then you can connect with them through IG or even Telegram. Yeah, so thanks for sharing. And then one last message in today's space is that I want you all to remember, don't be age conscious. Yeah, it doesn't mean that, for example, just like we all share about households abuse and then mental health. Yeah, we don't have to be age conscious to contribute to issue that we care about, but just be the change that you want to see in the world by taking the small and consistent action. Yeah, so that's all for today's space. And then, yeah, if you are interested to connect with me, then you can connect with me in Instagram. So this is my Instagram account. Yeah, so that's all about me. And then, okay, for the next, wow, we have a lot of sharing here. Yeah, you all can put down your Instagram link here as well for each other to connect with each other. Oh, yeah, so we have to move on for next session. So next session will start at 3:15. Okay, so you all can take some time to rest, and then you can join back the link in the broadcast. So next session is an external speaker, so make sure you join on time and at 3:15. Okay. Yeah, thanks, people. And thanks for your sharing. I really enjoyed the space with you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.